Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to SIasat English News. I'm Eman Umar. Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad has started implementing a break study policy from the current academic year. As per the policy, engineering students studying in colleges affiliated with the JNTUH will be allowed to take a break of up to 1 year. In this 1 year, they can pursue research, work in industry, or focus on their own company, product, or design. The decision to implement the policy was taken by the Academic Senate of the university in a meeting held recently. The policy was also mentioned in the National Education Policy. Earlier, engineering students were supposed to study for 4 consecutive years to earn the degree. There was no provision for taking a break from the study. Telangana on Friday logged 104 new COVID-19 cases, pushing the tally to 6,68,722, while the death toll rose to 3,936 with one more fatality. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation accounted for the most number of fresh infections with 48 cases, followed by Rangareddy district with 7 cases. With 218 people recovered from the infectious disease, the cumulative number of recoveries rose to 6,60,730, while the active cases in the state stood at 4,056. Muhammad Sujatullah has been waging a war against hunger for 5 years now. On Friday, he completed 1,825 days of distributing free breakfast to 1,000 people without missing a single day in 2 government hospitals, that is, King Koti Maternity Hospital at Sultan Bazar and Nilofar Hospital in Red Hills, where he has been feeding the hungry people. It all started when he took an oath to feed 10 hungry people in 2015 if he passed a very tough backlog exam. He said it felt great to feed hungry people, and then he started doing a supper program beginning with 50 food packs and subsequently reached 200. Now for the last 1,825 days, he has been daily providing free breakfast to 1,000 people, and for the last 1.5 years, he has been providing dinner to homeless people on the roadsides. All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin President Asaduddin Owaisi on Friday said, Muslim population growth rate in the country has had the sharpest decline among all, dismissing RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat's claim that it has increased. The Hyderabad MP said one has to worry about the social evils of child marriages and sex-selective abortions. 84% of the married kids are Hindus. Between 2001 and 2011, Muslim female ratio leaped from 936 to 951 women for every 1,000 Muslim men. But the Hindu ratio also rose from 931 to 939, he said. On the RSS chief calls for a population policy, Owaisi pointed out that India has already achieved replacement level fertility rates without any cohesive population policy. The Samyukt Kisan Morcha burnt a multi-headed Ravana-like effigy of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, having faces of Home Minister Amit Shah and others in Jaipur on the occasion of Dussehra on Friday. Apart from the faces of Modi and Shah, the effigy had the faces of RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Haryana CM Manohar Lal Khattar, and businessmen Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Adani. The effigy also had lines like the I am Narendra Damodas Modi, I am anti-farmer written on it in Hindi. Morcha workers assembled at Swami Kumaranand Bhavan at Hathroy, from where they marched towards Shahid Samar near a government hospital, shouting slogans against PM Modi and others in protest against the Lakhimpur Kheri violence in Uttar Pradesh and agriculture laws enacted by the centre. Petrol and diesel prices continue to rise across the country for the 3rd consecutive day on Saturday. In Delhi, petrol and diesel prices were raised by 0.35 paisa to 105 rupees 0.49 rupees per litre petrol and 94 rupees 0.22 paisa per litre on diesel respectively. For the 3rd consecutive day, the rates of petrol and diesel were increased by 0.35 paisa in the national capital. Oil companies started raising auto fuel prices over a week ago. The pause on the prices on October 12 and 13 came after a 7-day consecutive rise. Today, the prices were raised for the 3rd consecutive day after a 2-day pause. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will allow full capacity attendance at the country's two holy mosques in Mecca and Medina starting from 17th of October 2021. The Saudi press agency quoted an official source in the Saudi Ministry of Interior as saying that the decisions come based on what was submitted by the competent health authorities in response to a sharp drop in daily infections. Social distancing regulations will also be dropped, and public places, transport, restaurants, cinemas, and other gatherings will be allowed to operate at full capacity once again. Masks in open spaces will no longer be mandatory for fully vaccinated people, although members of the public must still wear them in closed spaces and areas that are not monitored by the Tawakkalna tracing app. Worshippers who have received both vaccine doses will now be able to visit the mosque while wearing a mask and using the Umrah tracking app. The Interior Ministry said that the rules were subject to change depending on the development of the pandemic. A city professional bodybuilder, Sultan bin Ali, who represented Telangana in Team India for Mr. World competition, has bagged a silver medal in men's sports physique category. The competition was organized by World Bodybuilding and Physique Sports Federation and held in Tashkent, Uzbekistan from 1st to 7th of October 2021. Sultan, who trains in House of Champions Gym, Banjara Hills Road number 12, have told SIasat.com that he has been into bodybuilding for 3 years and went to Tashkent with his brother who owns the gym. That's it for today. Thank you, viewers.